All right, guys, I thought we would do something fun today. We're going to do a way too early playoff prediction on the East Coast and the West Coast. And you can give me your predictions in the comments also. A couple of things. First, of course, many of you know already, but if you don't know, Joel Embiid had successful orthopedic surgery on his left knee yesterday. Or 2 days ago now, actually, at NYU Langone Sports Medicine Center. The Sixers center will be reevaluated in 6 weeks. And, in 6 weeks, they're going to say he'll be reevaluated in 6 weeks. And then they'll say he's ramping up and he'll be reevaluated in 6 weeks. And then they'll say he's ramping up and this never ends. Dr. Jonathan Galasho, a highly respected sports medicine doctor. I mean, I would assume that they use the best doctors in the world for $100 million athletes. Performed the surgery. He worked with and rehabbed numerous athletes, including Kawhi Leonard. So the fact that Kawhi Leonard's been healthy now since January, everybody's going to say, oh, this is the guy that fixed Kawhi Leonard's knee. Well, we didn't see yet if Kawhi Leonard makes it through the playoffs, so don't go there yet. And Joel Embiid had a successful surgery. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? It means they did the surgery and he didn't die. Okay, that doesn't make it successful. The only way to know if it was a successful surgery is if next training camp he actually participates or he actually starts next season and doesn't have knee swelling. This is like one time I had a brake issue with the car, right? I kept taking it to a auto body shop. The guy kept saying, yeah, we fixed the brake lines, man. Everything's good. Then I would drive it for 2 weeks, and the brake lines would seize up, and the calipers would clamp the brake pads and the rotors and burn the things off. And I'd go back like, yo, there's an issue here. And the guy would look at it and be like, brake lines are fine, man, because you can't tell just by looking at it. You'd have to drive it for 2 weeks to know if it worked or not. Joel Embiid is my 2004 Honda Element, RIP. Anyway, there's that. I don't know, Sixers fans, give me your opinion on that. Keith Pompey also lets us know that Colin Castleton is leaving the Sixers for a standard deal with the Raptors, and I gotta be honest with you, I have no fucking clue who that is. Okay? And the Sixers did lose last night. That's a good thing. I didn't watch the game. I'm not watching the games anymore. I don't give a shit. Let's move on to the NBA lottery. Give me all your thoughts and opinions on the Joel Embiid stuff and the Sixers losing to the Hawks last night if you want to. And, y'all can let me know in the comments who the fuck Colin Castleton is, because I don't know. Now, I have two major predictions for the NBA playoffs, and I want you to hear me out. Okay? My first major prediction is on the West Coast. The sleeper team that I had picked a couple of weeks ago and then I kind of lost faith in, but I've regained faith in them a little bit recently, especially after last night with the return of a very, very important player for their team. Ladies and gentlemen, the Denver Nuggets. Yes. It's solidified. I know I went back and forth. I know I was saying Lakers ? I know I was saying Clippers ? I know I was saying I believed in the Nuggets, but they had a bunch of issues that made me not believe in them anymore, and they have a Russell Westbrook problem. It seems like Michael Malone got canned because of his love for Russell Westbrook. That's what it seems like. All the reports that I've seen, all the rumors that I've seen, that's what it seems like. Last night, the synergy of Jamal Murray on that team with Nikola Jokic, it reminded me of that championship run that they had. It reminded me of the 2021, correct me if I'm wrong, run that they had where Jamal Murray had back-to-back 51-point games in the Western Conference Finals. That team with Jamal Murray healthy is a totally different animal. It gives Nikola Jokic that other option. And I know Jamal Murray has never been an all-NBA player, but let's be serious. He's played like an all-NBA player plenty of times. So that is like having two all. When Jamal Murray's playing and healthy and looks like he looked last night, that is like having two leaders, two all-stars on the team, a 1A, 1B. And I'm not putting Jamal Murray anywhere close to Nikola Jokic, but after watching most of the game last night, especially the final minutes, I believe in the Denver Nuggets again. And the Denver Nuggets are my pick to come out of the Western Conference. Fuck you, James Harden. Fuck you, Lakers, Rockets, Warriors. The Warriors still intrigue me a lot, to be totally honest with you. But I don't totally believe in the Warriors either. I don't totally believe in OKC. I think a little bit too inexperienced right now, a little bit too one-dimensional with the SGA train, which is what I thought about the Denver Nuggets before Jamal Murray returned. Don't believe in the Houston Rockets yet. A little too inexperienced for me. And the play-in tournament, who gives a flying shit? Let's be honest. Get rid of the fucking play-in tournament, dude. The play-in tournament sucks. Because look at these teams. There's no reason for a play-in tournament. Nobody wants to watch the Kings in the playoffs. Nobody wants to watch the tanking Dallas Mavericks. Nobody wants to watch the massively overrated Minnesota Timberwolves. Nobody wants to watch the Memphis Grizzlies in the play-in tournament. I mean, maybe people might believe that the Memphis Grizzlies can make a run out of the play-in. People might believe that the Minnesota Timberwolves can make a run out of the play-in. I'm just saying, none of these teams are contenders, so you're just wasting time. You do a tournament so this team can get into the 7th or 8th seed and they lose in the first round. It's stupid. I hate it. I know the 2022 Miami Heat came out of the play-in. That's probably the only time you could point towards the play-in and say that it was worth anything. That's just how I feel about it. Okay, let's get back to the point. Went on a little bit of a tangent about the play-in tournament. I believe in the Denver Nuggets coming out of the Western Conference. That's my pick for the West right now, and I'm not changing it. That's my pick for the West right now, and I'm not changing it. Give me your opinion on that. My predictions for the Eastern Conference are this. Two things. Cleveland Cavaliers to the NBA Finals. New York Knicks losing the first round. Let's go. Knicks fans, I know you wanted to hear this. Celtics fans, I know you wanted to hear this. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are too deep and too strong for any team to beat in the Eastern Conference. I think they've finally done it. I think they've finally gotten over the hump. They've had question marks with Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland for a couple of years. How are they going to work it out? Everybody thought last season they were probably going to end up trading one of them. They didn't trade them. They did the unthinkable. They actually made it work. Two ball-dominant guards can play on the same team because one guard has more of a point guard mentality, has more of a pass-first mentality, Darius Garland. One guard is a straight bucket, Donovan Mitchell, and that works together. Last night, the Cavaliers beat the Knicks without Donovan Mitchell, without DeAndre Hunter, without Sam Morril, three-point sniper, and without Ty Jerome, Sixers legend. That's four players that are important to that team. That team is good. They have scoring. They have facilitating. They have a solid backup facilitator in Ty Jerome, who can also give you buckets. He had 18 off the bench 2 games ago. They have Evan Mobley, who has come into being an NBA All-Star. I mean, interior scoring, defense, can stretch the floor a little bit. Even last night, he was like 1 for 5 from 3. They have more interior defense than Jared Allen. The Cleveland, nobody's beating the Cavs. I don't care what you say, Boston Celtics fans. You're going to shoot yourself out of the building. You're going to shoot 79 three-pointers a game, and you're going to lose. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. I think the Cavaliers are going to outwork the Boston Celtics if it ends up being an Eastern Conference Finals matchup. But my pick is the Cleveland Cavaliers. I am hereby a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, and I am rooting for them every step of the way. Fuck you, Boston Celtics. And fuck you, New York Knicks. My second prediction for the Eastern Conference is that the New York Knicks lose to the Detroit Pistons in the first round. Now, Eastwood, why would you predict that? Because same thing I say every year. The Jalen Brunson show is not enough. He's great. He's clutch. He's going to give you 35, 40 points a game in the playoffs. I don't think the Knicks have a solid number 2 creator I know Karl Anthony Towns clearly a number 2. I don't think they have a number 2 creator. And in the playoffs, also speaking of Karl Anthony Towns, in the playoffs, when the game gets more physical, Karl Anthony Towns kind of soft. Jalen Brunson kind of soft. Stops getting the whistle that he's used to getting. Has to retrain his brain on how to play the game because you can't just throw your head back and throw your arms and flop like a fish all fucking night and go to the free throw line 20 times. What answer do you have? I got Cade Cunningham and those boys beating the Knicks in the first round. I'm sorry, Knicks fans. And this play-in tournament, bro, Bulls, Heat, Magic, Hawks. I picked the Magic to come out of that, but I don't think. Yeah, none of those teams are winning in the first round. The Magic over Boston in the first round. Now that I think about it, wow! Look at my face on that camera. Holy shit! Now that I think about it, that would be an insane prediction. If I would predict the Magic to beat the Boston Celtics in the first round, but even I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. Cavs win the East. Celtics suck. Knicks suck. Nobody cares about Pacers versus Bucks. Nobody cares about the play-in tournament. Denver Nuggets out of the West. Lakers don't have enough defense. Rockets too inexperienced. OKC too inexperienced. These are the predictions, and these are all going to be absolutely correct. Come back to this video when it happens. Thank you for tuning in. I love you. I'll see you soon.